You have a good week, Tishka?
Oh, man. Are you kidding me? It was the best. So did you have a good week? What's up?
Great week. Josh, how was your week?
Yeah, Josh.
I have a Deadpool sweatshirt on. That's about as far as it goes.
That's nice.
What's it like winning championships?
It's a lot of fun.
It's so good, dude. So good. Wait till football season.
Oh, man. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Express Sports Wrap It Up. The trio is back. The band's back together for this week. I got the lovely soul, my boy Tushka. We're all celebrating championships except for me, and it's great. So how's y'all doing?
Hey, WKU, they won a championship, right?
Yeah, the conference championship in baseball.
Yeah, that counts. That counts. Man.
Louisville finished in the Final Four in baseball, so got that.
Hey.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, something about that. But before we get to the champions, we still got to round the bases. Because the Reds did beat the Yankees yesterday. We're not going to talk about today. But the Reds
That's your championship.
No, far from it. Maybe the All-Star break. If that's our championship, I picked the wrong team a long time ago. But the Reds did beat the Yankees in extras yesterday. But today we got slaughtered, I think 11-1. But we're still above 500. Just need to be above 500 going into the All-Star break. But because our squad is just, it's almost like the U.S. men's national team. It's like the talent is there, but the product is not good compared to the talent. But we'll get to actually the men's national team winning so far on that. But your Royals, Tushka, they're still below 500. The Red Sox still below 500.
Yep.
The Mets have dropped 5 games in a row. So it doesn't matter how much money you spend, you're still the Mets when it comes to that. But
you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, the Tigers are kicking ass. The Dodgers are kicking ass. Yankees are fine. But the Dodgers and the Tigers are playing some really good baseball. The Phillies have even pulled ahead of the Mets at this point. Atlanta's starting to catch fire. But let's also check in with the bottom of the league, our boy, the Rockies. We've got a video here. This is what happened today.
Tony on second. The payoff pitch. And Muncy skies it. Pops it up beyond the infield on the right side. Estrada calling for it. The raindrops. He's not going to make it. It drops down next to Tolio. And 2 Dodgers score.
Ay, pobrecitos. Shouldn't there be a rain delay?
I don't know. That's the Rockies. It's just at this point, I just keep up with them just to see where they're at because I just you don't like to see that happen, especially for the city. That ballpark is great, Coors Field, but the beer's cold just like their team. So, but I know it's the rain, but still, you're a professional baseball team. You should be able to play through the elements. When you get paid millions of dollars and you look up and just do this, and the first baseman didn't even see it, so just bad management, bad play all around. So that's what it is. But that's speaking about that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to touch on baseball? Because really, we'll get to baseball later on in the year.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the heat map that we can actually look at. So, yeah, man, a lot of green at the top. It sucks. Yeah. Tigers, man. Oh my God, just died. Just died. Good bless. I hate that they're in the same division as the Royals, but yeah, then the Cubs. I mean, you got the best and the worst in Chicago. Maybe it's a capacity thing, like both teams can't win. So the better or the worse that one does, the better the other one does. I don't know. And then you got the Dodgers just doing Dodger things, man. But like I said, the Mets are dropping a little bit. This last week losing 2, but Philadelphia, Houston, New York, the Yankees. I mean, being the goddamn Yankees. But the surprising thing is, sadly, is the Kansas City Royals. Because we look at this heat map and you're able to see trends and progressions. I mean, started off cold, got hot. I mean, was doing really good there in May. And then, unfortunately, we have dropped off in the last month. Kind of the same for Seattle a little bit. But one team that's actually gotten better is the Angels. So, we were talking about that. Angels, unfortunately, beat your squad. But, kind of a mixed bag. But I feel like we're kind of starting to see a little bit of separation of some of these teams. Interesting to see like a vast majority of the league pretty much like right near 500.
And then just the Atlanta watch that I've been doing, just because I was like, ooh, they're heating up. And then they decided not to anymore. So I guess Atlanta's going to stay down with everyone else. But that would have been interesting if they just significantly got better and better throughout the year. Because that's kind of like what you want. You might not start hot, but it's about ending the season hot. And I thought they had the trajectory for that because they were getting better week after week, but then they decided to do more of a bell curve.
Yeah, no, I like that. But there's still plenty of baseball, right? I mean,
right?
Even though it's dumb that we're already, 80 or 70 games in. It's what? How many games in the full season?
162.
God, that's way too many. It's like 82 too many.
Well, they've been doing 162 for a while. No one's complaining about it. Meanwhile, the NBA, they have a problem.
Oh, yeah. I've complained about it. A lot of people that aren't fans of baseball.
Yes, that understands.
We talk about baseball whenever baseball's not around.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, no, I understand that. And I mean, but the obviously the purists that I get on shit about, but to me, if it wasn't a moneymaker and it was too grueling, too many injuries, because that's what the issue that we'll get to in the NBA. I think they're finally hitting that. You can't do load management and there's too many games and you're pushing your superstars, and now we're getting to some issues with that. So that's becoming an issue. If there was a big, issue because there was 162 games, that would have been dealt with a long time ago, where it just hasn't. So I don't see that one going away anytime soon because the owners like the money and the players aren't complaining about it. Now, that being said, their bargaining agreement, where there'll probably be a shutout, that's what they're kind of looming at. I think it's next year in 2026. They kind of meet together with the players union and the owners. So we might not have baseball next year. The way it's looking.
Oh, no.
What else am I going to do but go to the lake like I do every chick on you?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But
what time is it?
I think it's time for now.
This fan base, this community has embraced them from day one. Shot clock is off. They'll run it out. The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City. The storybook season is complete.
Yeah, we got
do you know how to pop champagne?
I do know how to pop champagne, but those were Michelob Ultra bottles. Because for some reason Michelob sponsored, and not everybody has drank beer before. That's on the Thunder team. So they took a drink and immediately was like, oh, on fucking camera. So I don't know.
Yeah. There was just like coolers upon coolers of just unopened beer in their locker room because no one wanted it.
Well, there's actually a lot of them that don't drink.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're still pretty young, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Jay Will or which one was, but he had never drank before. That's the first time drinking. So, like,
very opposite to the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But I mean, hockey, I mean, how many of them are, like 22, 23 years old? I mean, I feel like that's a game for 30-year-olds.
Yeah, because I think they're the second youngest or youngest team of all time.
Oklahoma City Thunder are.
Yeah. 24 is the average age, I think, on the team.
Yeah, 24 point something, but
24
and then across the league, it's kind of close. I mean, you got 10 teams. I think we showed the statistic a couple of weeks ago. You got these teams that are like, within a year age range. But this is the youngest team to win an NBA championship. There was quite a bit of accolades that they did achieve. SGA getting in rarefied air, winning the scoring title, winning the MVP, winning conference MVP, winning the finals, and then winning finals MVP. And I think it was like Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jordan, something like it was like an insanely short list. They also the two, believe they threw Jalen Williams in there with the SGA. They had the top three most points scored, I believe, in the finals combined. And then also SGA and even the coach, we're setting a lot of records as far as like for their first finals appearance, just what they were able to do. And it was absolutely incredible. But I mean, we do got to talk about the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a black eye just because people are going to look back on this and basically just say, what if? And Josh, what the fuck is that what if?
If Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles in the first quarter of first quarter of game 7, which the first time in 9 years that they've had a game 7. I was joking. My dad was like, I told you NBA's fixed. I was like, it's the first time. He goes, I know. I was like, if it was fixed, then why has there been like 8 different champions? Yeah. And this is the first game 7 in 9 years. Like,
it's because it's like cheating on a test. You don't get them all right. You got to get some wrong to throw them off your scent.
No. Yeah. But yeah, it stinks. This is the third calf strain to torn Achilles this tournament. Dame Lillard, Jason Tatum, and now Tyrese Halliburton. If you thought that was a weird trend, they all wear number 0.
Yep.
So
and they're all the Eastern Conference.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing with Halliburton, he had the calf strain. He went. Now you know why you don't play on a calf strain. But damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Mm.
Because he was going to be judged for it. He was either going to go out there because he's not playing next season. He's not. Yeah. Jason Tatum, the Boston will be lucky. They're kind of blowing up their team already. They'll be lucky to get him back next season. Dame Lillard's up there in age. We'll see. But it just stinks because it's not like the Pacers were going anywhere next year, but with the Halliburton injury and him being out for the whole season, it not only does – I mean, if I was the Pacers fans, I would be puking because you were right there. And the what if will haunt them forever.
And think about it, too. If the Pacers would have won, then Halliburton would have said, worth it.
Right.
He would have been like,
yep.
Fuck my calf. I don't care. Yeah. Worth it.
Yeah. Same thing happened to Kevin Durant when he was with Golden State. Like he played on a calf strain. Some bitch popped. Guess what? That calf strain, you probably need to let it heal. It sucks because you don't get to go. You don't get there every year. You don't just wake up one day and get to the championship. I mean, ask that Miami Heat team with Wade, Bosh, and LeBron. Now they did get to the championship pretty much every year, but it's not like they won it every year. So not that 7 stuff that LeBron was talking about. Like it's tough. It is hard to get there.
Yeah. No, I mean, kind of playing a little bit devil's advocate, or more so just kind of revisionist. what if he didn't play and kind of managed his workload in Game 6?
Yeah.
They were at home. I kind of felt like they were just going to kind of win anyways, and they did in pretty commanding fashion. But what if he managed his workload? Could he have played more in 7 and been there for? I mean, I know there's no real great answer because we will never know. But I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on maybe like just load management or anything else? Maybe what they could have done to keep him for Game 7 and maybe get the championship, and actually, to me, more importantly, also have him next year too.
I guess for me, just seeing just every time that there is a calf strain, it leads to like a tear, that I wouldn't even put it as a load management thing. I would put it as the players shouldn't play, personally, as like just a player health part. But I'm never gonna be mad at a player for deciding to play in a championship. When the Florida Panthers lost to the Vegas Golden Knights, Matthew Tkachuk played with a broken sternum. So players are going to do what they have to, and they're going to always want to be on the field, on the ice, on the court, on the pitch, whatever. And sometimes a coach has to be the one to save them from themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're the Florida Panthers captain. I mean, look at his hand. He had like 800 stitches going across his hand. I know he wears a glove, but that's tough. And then Tkachuk was still. I forgot Tkachuk was even saying that he played like everything was just broken on him this series as well. He still
he came back from everything being broken,
right?
Basically.
Okay, but it to me, the calf strain, which just I am no doctor. But it sounds like those things are ticking time bombs if you keep pushing it.
Yeah.
So even if he played sparingly, I think the same. It might not happen the first quarter. It might have happened in the third. In that situation. So, and that's what I kind of brought up earlier when we were talking about baseball. And when you're losing your star players, like your ratings are already bad as it is, and you don't really care about your small market teams, even though you had 2 small market teams in your championship. And you can tell the coverage of it was terrible because they had small market teams. The NBA just doesn't care about them. So if you're trying to grow a dying ratings wild league, they're good with money, but it could be so much better. Because if you look what the NFL is doing and how they're getting it, look at what hockey is doing. Baseball is baseball. Like, you're not going to lose the purist, and they're at least trying to make the game for the casuals watchable. Whereas the NBA, you've got, people are already turned off because they all think they're all prima donnas and everything else. And then the product's okay compared to what it used to be. So when you're not making yourself any better, and if you didn't like it when they did load management, but it turns out the load management was right, because guess what? There's too many games. And it's not to say there's too many games for fans or anything. It's too many games for the players. Because you had Steph Curry was done in the playoffs because he played every daggone game. You lost Jason Tatum. You're probably going to lose Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton. Well, you're going to lose Tyrese Halliburton for the next year unless he do some super illegal shit and they don't piss test him. Okay. But
get him some Aaron Rodgers.
I watched it or something like that. Yeah, whatever can pass it. But look the other way. And some of your stars, LeBron's doesn't have very much time left. Mm-hmm. Durant, Westbrook's a shell of himself. Like, the stars of the next generation. Guess what? 2 of your next generation guys that you want to lean the league on are probably going to be out next year.
But I'm going to pull up here what we have from Jeremy Miller saying Game 7 ratings were still pretty good up until injury, I believe. And you are correct, Jeremy, because it was 16 million viewers watched Game 7, the most watched NBA Finals game in 6 years, with peak audience at 19.281 million. So there were people watching the games, even though it was 2 small market teams.
Yeah. Because Game 7 is
the 2, and it's the 2 best teams.
It's the 2 best teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just the fact that you can tell the NBA does not give a shit.
Yeah. Well, kind of to move on to some of the other news here in basketball, so, sticking with the Thunder. Apparently, the city of Oklahoma doesn't give a shit. There will always be levels to this. I definitely misappropriated photo of a section of the parade compared to the Denver Nuggets. That's not a parade. That's the fucking final congregation photo. I mean, because we can play this bullshit game all the time, folks. Because
are you saying fake news?
oh yeah, and people are gonna shit on it.
Right.
But you know what? I'm gonna say, respectfully, go fuck yourself. We have a team with a Native American name, being Oklahoma, actually winning the championship, and look at that. That's how far down, and that's only a small section of the actual fucking parade. I'm sorry if you guys don't want to say the F word on YouTube. I will.
No,
because
go the fuck ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I know it doesn't always help with the viewership, but it's just like, and then you want another good picture? How about that? And yeah, there's a lot of green, but it's still people traversing and getting to the ending part of the parade. And for comparison, here's Kansas City. I mean, yeah. I mean, and this is they have such a great location to be able to do it. Caesar Tell Park is pretty good. I think they're, this is the first championship that they've done, obviously. So, and this is the Royals. This was 800,000 people without an incident as far as criminal act or any arrest. So yeah, so to that, it's like, come on, like, just get real, folks. Like, is it the biggest one ever? No. Nobody's saying
people are
that.
Gonna be haters regardless, and they want to do that whole no one cares about these two small market teams, where it seems like the state of Oklahoma cares a lot.
Yeah, we care, and if nobody else does, that's fine, because that's enough. And one person that really does care is the mayor of Oklahoma City. Said for 2 uninterrupted miles, Thunder fans were stacked deep on both sides of the street to celebrate, and tens of thousands gathered in Caesar Tell Park. Whatever the total number, it was unquestionably the largest gathering in our city's history. And honestly, it was the largest gathering in all of Oklahoma history. So this is like state history. So that's why me and my boy Jeremy, who actually is from the Oklahoma City area, we might be a little bit fired up at some of this bullshit. But that's cute. I mean, you stay in, your dense markets and your big towns with, I don't know, chain restaurants. It's cool. You guys can keep that. We'll keep our beautiful 8 biomes, since we're the only state that actually has all different, types of, natural biomes, and we'll keep our beautiful land. You can have all the fucking crazy ass people and homeless people. So you guys enjoy that.
I do enjoy Cheddar's. It is a nice chain restaurant. I do actually like it.
Oh, Cheddar's is all right. Yeah.
Cheddar's is pretty solid.
I like Cheddar's.
I enjoyed the food that we had in Broken Bow and Ho Chi Town.
Oh, dude, right? So fucking good. And mom and pop places, let's fucking go, dude.
You want to hear a crazy stat?
Ooh, what you got? All
right, so for the first time ever, all current NBA, NHL, and MLB Finals MVPs are Canadians. We got SGA, we got Sam Bennett,
Boo,
Freddie Freeman. So Canadians running the U.S. sports scene.
Running a fucking mic, dude. That's crazy. And they're better at soccer. God dang it.
Hold on. Probably will be, but still a shot.
Yeah, but
they're
cheaters.
Right.
They're cheaters.
But they have to be on an American franchise to win it. Spin zone.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Canada, representing like a motherfucker for sure. And there was I think there was another player or two on the Thunder that were from Canada, and they just talked about them, which is being from Canada and kind of being in this market and such of that nature as far as Oklahoma City. But no, it was absolutely incredible. I didn't get to watch the parade live, but did actually get to enjoy the game. Was hoping to go in person, but yeah, Jim Miller, let us know, man. I mean, if you were able to go, it's just one of those things that as this goes on, I'm not saying that the Thunder are going to be there every year and dominate like a dynasty, but this is the first of the championships for Oklahoma in Oklahoma City. So, just going forward, the celebrations are going to get a lot better. They're probably going to they're actually going to recreate. Man, I wish I actually would have. I think I may have sent you guys some stuff, but I wish I would have actually grabbed a picture or something. But they're actually going to restructure a good part of downtown. They're calling it the Sports Entertainment District now. Russell Westbrook is actually going to be the creative director.
Nice.
So he's going to probably moving back a little for a short time or traveling because he may or may not be retiring soon. We'll see. But yeah, his investment group, they were the one that actually won the bid for it. And of course, Russell Westbrook, big part of fashion. He's always been the wild one as far as, some of the pregame fits. But it's going to be great. And of course, you have, Oklahoma, to the south, as far as Norman, and Oklahoma softball and the softball World Series being played in Oklahoma City. So that's going to get an upgrade as far as their facilities. And who knows, that might pave the way for some future expansions. I would love to see like a WMLS or, Women's National Soccer League, or even men's, maybe hockey, something else of that nature to be able to come along. NFL is going to be a hard one for sure to really kind of break into that. But I don't know, Cleveland, sell your fucking team. We'll see. But the city of Oklahoma is like basically all in on this. It's not a matter of, oh, hey, we're a big city and we've got this impoverished area that we want to kind of gentrify a bit. Let's demolish some buildings. Like they are actually like repurposing a lot of the commercial district itself. So they're gentrifying established businesses and good businesses. But maybe next week or so we'll kind of get something put together. But no, we do have some videos. Yeah, what would you got? I do not. I did not. Yeah, bro. Oh my God, man, please do.
And join our Discord. Link down below. Completely free.
Let's go. Completely free.
Yeah.
We need to get that ruckus going a lot more often. But no, I'm going to order my shirt. I don't know exactly which one I'm going to do. I got to shop a little bit. But getting back to the game, we started off with the moment that they did win. And again, this is the youngest team to win an NBA championship. And they kind of show their age just a little bit when somebody has a microphone and is getting interviewed.
NBA championship winning head coach. How did you get here?
First of all, I don't know if Sam did this, but I want to congratulate Indiana on a great season. They were a stiff opponent. And this was a dream for everybody here at one point in our lives. There was one point where we didn't know if we were going to be in the NBA. From players to staff to coaches, it's a privilege. We're incredibly grateful for it.
Right. So go like we showed the towel tradition that they have, where they stack towels on people. I mean, maybe stacking is going to be a new trend.
Your players are playing Roblox in your off season.
Is that a Gen Z thing? You just gotta stack.
I don't know. It's absolutely hilarious, but the coach does go on to talk about the team themselves and some just serendipitous words and visuals happen at the same time. Enjoy.
What is the most special thing about this group?
They behave like champions. They compete like champions.
What'd you say?
They root for each other's success, which is rare in professional sports. They are... I've said it many times. I'm going to say it one more time. This is an uncommon team, and now they're champions.
Congratulations to you, Mark.
Thank you so much.
bring back Commissioner Silver to present.
Yeah, I love that. They behave like champions. Huh? What? It's like, I mean, not that. I mean, every team celebrates, right? I mean, it's just it's such a joyous. But I don't know. Just kind of watching it, it was just like, yeah, these are just fucking kids, man. I mean,
they're living out their dreams, man.
Yeah, living out their dreams. No, it was so good to see. I'm excited to see what next year brings. Hopefully it's not too much kind of turnover or, people kind of holding out for contracts, knowing their worth, and not that they don't deserve the worth, but I mean, we saw it with Brady. We saw it with a lot of other people. You want to keep the band together. Sometimes you got to kind of take a little bit of a hit financially. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was
so funny.
Yeah. Was it you that mentioned it in the chat or something? I can't remember, but
this child was asleep, dead asleep, but he was not holding his head. And SGA was like, "Hold the head, dog."
Yeah. A new father, a new champion. And he was passed out. So, I mean,
SGA being an MVP there.
Yeah, being the MVP, most valuable unk. But I mean, just like with them drinking for the first time on camera, it's also them like holding their baby for one of the first times on camera. So it was like we literally are like watching these kids, they're really men, but them grow up right in front of us, and I'm excited for the future. But at the same time, no, there's really no expectations that we're going to be back year after year after year. It'd be great. But yeah, we'll see though. But yeah, for you guys, any final thoughts? And I know we have the celebration video, so we can play it at the end if we want. That could be this in.
Go ahead.
One thing, I think Paul George needs a pseudo ring because that's how this team came together. For those who don't know, the Oklahoma City Thunder traded away Paul George. And what did they get for Paul George? Pretty much a championship, because they sent Paul George to the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Clippers sent Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, Danilo Gallinari, 5 first-round draft picks, and 2 pick swaps to the Thunder, basically giving them Chet, turned into Chet, and then also Jay Will in the team that you have, because they have so many second-round picks in this draft today. It's just insane of what, and that's all because of Paul George. So this is kind of like when the Cowboys traded away Herschel Walker in the 90s, or like early in the 90s or the 80s, and got everything that basically built their team for the 90s. So if the Dallas Cowboys had a dynasty in the 90s, the Oklahoma City Thunder, because Chet and Jay Will are still on their rookie contracts. So and SGA's not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're still on rookie contracts. But we've also seen, before the draft today, there was quite a bit of a big contract. As far as I can't remember the exact person and team, but there were teams that were shoring up a lot of their players. So they had like a team option. They actually, like to pay the guy $5 million more to lock him in for 2 years to keep him there. It was the Dallas Mavericks. And it wasn't Kyrie, it was somebody else, it's Houston. Houston's guy. But anyways, yeah. So it was valuable, and they played the draft. I akin it to another team that has KC in their name. Whenever we traded Tyreek Hill, the draft picks we got from that, we got our defense, and we got some of the still have a good portion of those players, and Nick Bolton and some others, and whenever you have somebody that is that valuable to someone else, sometimes playing the long game is really the move ultimately. So we'll see what ends up happening. But that is that's.
I got one last thing on this. Yeah, and it was because it was such a sweet thing that I saw on the internet, and it's these kids. They put an Oklahoma City Thunder shirt on their father's grave and going, "Dear Dad, thank you for teaching me to be a good fan, loyal and supportive. I miss you every day. but today is hard. I wish we could cheer on the Thunder together. You, I'm sorry, I'm reading this. Goes, you would get so much joy from this team, win or lose. They are the best team, and this is the best city. Let's go Thunder. Love, Sarah and Eli. So sweet, so cute. Like, I'm not even an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, and I was like tearing up looking at I was just like, what a cuteness. So any thoughts on this before we go?
Yeah. And it is to their dad, but that was 95, I believe. So these are full grown adults. So folks, don't be looking at this and thinking they're like toddlers. But no, with the bombing, my uncle lost his brother. And so that's close to the family. I lived in Tahlequah at that time, and honestly, we could kind of almost like hear or feel it a little bit. It really pierced the heart of Oklahoma, and just kind of like with 9/11, it was kind of like a rally, for a lot of the people within the state, because that was kind of like a little bit of like a world trade building as far as like a financial hub, and there was a lot of people kind of connected to it. But this, if you're in Oklahoma City, please go to the bombing memorial. It is one of the most beautiful things, and there's a tree that's there that they actually trim, and with the actual branches and the trimmings, they gift that, and then they also kind of graft it and things of that nature. So it's just, there's like a lot of heart and intent, kind of put into that place. And so, for these, children who are probably my age or our ages, really, to just be thinking about their father at that point, in that celebration. I know whenever I was watching it, I was thinking of, some of like the celebrities that we did lose that are from Oklahoma. Toby Keith being one of them. He would have been front row. Oh, yeah. And, and it's just like, it's been 2 years, I believe, since he passed, and, or year and a half. And so
year and a half, right around there.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that it's like, whenever you're this small of a state, you're far more connected than you really think. Or maybe others. And so, just those moments of being able to share those highs together, on the outside may feel like a low, as far as with that, like they're not able to celebrate with their dad. But I know for them, like emotionally, it's still a high. It's still an absolute high, because it's something that is historic for the whole state itself. And we're hoping it's something that is just not a one and done. I mean, we're really hoping to get back to it. And I think the city, for sure, whatever they can do in the state. I mean, if there's a state tax to keep players, I'm like, yes, sign me up. I'll pay $1 at every paycheck for SGA to stay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like the community of Oklahoma is just that dedicated and that passionate, not just about sports, but about each other. And so, so that definitely shows it with those kids kind of celebrating with their dad. And I bet those groundkeepers are not going to fucking move that shirt, because it's almost like kind of a gravestone. It's like, hey, that's yours. You guys decorate it how you want. Yeah. Let us know if we need to maintain it. We can get back to you if you need. Because I mean, it's just and honestly that. I think a lot of people are probably going to go and visit the memorial just to even probably see that shirt. So it's just a beautiful thing. And thank you so much, Sol, for finding that. And I'm bringing that to our attention. Josh, what do you got? So proud.
There's other news in basketball, Josh.
Yeah, there is other news. Kevin Durant is on the move, and he was at Fanatics.
Cupcake, boo! I'm out of here.
Well, anyway. He was at Fanatics along with everyone else in the world, sports world, with not just wrestling, but also other stuff there. And he found out live. So if you can bring it up for me down there. of him finding out that he is being traded to the Houston Rockets.
You got traded!
They also have some thoughts.
Breaking news!
All right. Which young player right now do you most see yourself in?
I mean, what would you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, do you acknowledge what people are yelling? Do you ask the question you originally had? What would you do, Josh?
I would just kind of brush by it because people yell crap at those events all the time. And plus, I mean, as candid as Kevin Durant is, I was surprised that he didn't take the bait in a sense. But he also probably didn't want to, say, "Oh, I don't want to go to Houston," because that's not a good start. Because Houston's got a solid team.
But then she does actually ask him after a while. So on the next slide there, and
yep, I got that.
We'll see what happens, but I'm excited. Great young core, great coach. I think KD would be a great fit there. A lot going on right now. I'm going to ask you two more questions. You're headed
It sounds to me, Kevin Durant's never going back to Fanatics Fest ever again. That's what I got from that. But I mean, like I said, it's a nice young team. But the Miami Heat could have had them.
they could have.
But it would take a lot.
It would have cost too much to get him.
Too much. It's KD, but at the end of the day, he's also 36, 37. And everywhere he's gone, not named Golden State with a super team, hasn't done anything. I mean, the closest he's gotten to the championship was when he was with, no, not with Phoenix. The closest guy with championship was when he was with Oklahoma City. So with Harden and Westbrook. So I don't know, but it's Kevin Durant. And it's weird to sit there and say he's not worth it. But then I just read you off what happened with Paul George. And it's like, yeah, sometimes it's not worth it. That's the Clippers.
We would have had to trade Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith, and the number 20 pick and other draft assets for KD. And to me, that's too much to give up. Those three players are really good role players for the Miami Heat. So, and then Jeremy Miller here goes, Westbrook, Harden, KD, all former Thunder players going to the Rockets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well, you also have to look at Steven Adams, former Oklahoma City center. I believe he is there. And I don't know if they re-signed him as far as contract-wise, but he's going to be back with one of his bigs. And Van Fleet was the one that signed the extension.
Yeah, Van Fleet's a solid point guard to go and coexist with KD. But
you keep talking about Durant and just it's so freaking hot in here. Ugh. Last time I wear that jersey.
I'm going
to be getting a new jersey.
Oklahoma City jersey, baby.
Yeah.
Michael Bruce, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Jay Will, Chet.
Dude, love Jay Will.
I was thinking more of a Jay Will. Like you really like Jay Will.
Yeah, so good. But which Jay Will? We got two of them, baby.
Yeah, you do. You
got Jay Wills.
They Jay willed their way to the championship.
Exactly. Thank you. So good, girl.
And that's our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Love it.
No. And here's another Durant interview about him and his comments on the Suns.
Last one for you. A lot of heartbroken Suns fans right now. What would you like to say? That's not true. No, literally, heartbroken Suns fan right over there.
I just felt like, I mean, they wanted me to go. So it's like, I'm glad we both, they got what they wanted and I got what I wanted. So we can move on and good luck to them going forward. always remember my time there, but we on something else.
Now you're gonna go kick Tom Brady. Last one.
Why? Why'd you cut it off there? Stop shit about Tom Brady. Yeah. What SGA did this season is still insane as far as all the accomplishments he did in one season.
Cupcake, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why he got that name.
Yeah.
Because the dude's fucking soft.
Right. But yeah, regular season, finals. If he just would have won the All-Star MVP, I mean, that would have really taken him over the top on that.
That's all he needed.
But only time will tell where this Oklahoma City team stacks as far as the greatest teams ever assembled. It's always fun to get there because you got to reach the mountaintop before you're in the discussion. So it'll be interesting to see for as young as they were, for as dominant as they were.
Yeah, but I mean, to look back on the series, though, at least for the finals, we weren't that dominating.
No,
maybe one game for sure, maybe a game and a half. But I think I messaged you guys, but it was just like played great, played like shit, played great, played like shit, and the inconsistency is what allowed it. And it's not necessarily we played bad, that's why we lost. It was Indiana played great, but then they played like shit, and it was just such a weird dynamic where neither team really locked in for a full game except maybe one time. But that's just what the finals are, and for them being one of the top teams of all time, we'll see. I mean, if they get to the mountaintop a few more times within 3 out of 5 years, then we're looking at something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But just based upon the performance here, I mean, we talked about it even on the show. I mean, the real finals was whenever they played the Nuggets, and that went to Game 7.
Yep.
And that was another accolade that the coach got. He is not the youngest coach, but he's the only coach to be undefeated in Game 7s or something of that nature. As far as how many he's played in, which I think it's 3. But happy to win it. A little bit of a black eye with the what if, but we'll see. We'll see what next year holds.
I mean, if it wasn't for the Pacers going stupid ISO ball, and so Oklahoma could come back in Game 4. Because I have one of my coworkers is a big Pacers fan, and he still to this day, he was like, it sucks about Hallie. He was like, but that Game 4, we screwed that pooch so bad because we had it and we just went ISO ball. They went away from what they did.
Yeah. Game 6 was the same way for the Thunder.
Yeah.
Of course, we couldn't really hit anything, but we also didn't really play our bench that much. And our bench is what gives us that life and gives, the starters a break. But the bench is huge. I mean, as far as, their not collaboration, but their, contribution, kind of to that game in being able to maintain that pace. And we just never really did. We just stuck with the same 5 for a vast majority of the game. Maybe they just thought at that time that was the best option to really kind of get it done. But yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, we can look back on it, but it's done, baby. It's done. Baby.
Enjoy
fucking done.
Enjoy your championship. The way I view it is there's so many what ifs in sport. What if this foul was called? What if this foul wasn't called? What if this person didn't get hurt? What if this happened? What if that? What if we made this play here? There's so many what ifs. And so at the end of the day, it's who actually won the game, and it was Oklahoma City.
Yep. Des caught the ball. There's no what if. They screwed us.
Yeah.
But we got some WNBA news.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark's not teammate anymore. I just had to put Caitlin Clark in there for the viewers.
Thank you, Josh.
Put in the title.
I got her eye roll. I got the eye roll. I did it.
But was that just because of my dad joke earlier?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
It was so good. So good.
It was really good. That was a good one.
So big news for the Indiana Fever and DeWanna Bonner. Bonner came to the to Indiana as a coveted free agent from Connecticut and was brought to Indiana with the hopes to bring veteran leadership to a young core because Indiana is a young team, kind of like Oklahoma City. DeWanna Bonner, she is a 2-time WNBA champion and 6-time WNBA All-Star. In her now 16 years, this is her 16th year in the league. Before this season started, there was a lot of talk of Indiana Fever making moves and that those moves made them a championship contender. And one of the reasons people were saying that was because of DeWanna Bonner. Also, a lot of other moves that they made, but DeWanna Bonner was part of that conversation. The last time she played for the Fever was on June 10th in a loss to Atlanta and has been out since for personal reasons. Yesterday, Front Office Sports, citing league sources, reported that Bonner does not want to return to Indiana and would like to play in Phoenix or Atlanta. For those that don't know, she's engaged to Alyssa Thomas, who she played with at Connecticut, and AT now plays for Phoenix. So she would want to go link up with her boo in Phoenix, obviously. When asked about Bonner, head coach Stephanie White said, I haven't had a lot of conversations recently, really been focused on the group that we have right here and what we need to do to position ourselves to win. Bonner averaged double figures scoring in each of her 15 previous seasons in the WNBA and has been a full-time starter since 2012. She started only 3 of the 9 Fever games she appeared in. Stuff's going on outside.
I thought they finally got me.
Averaging 7.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. As a reminder, Stephanie White was her coach at Connecticut. So this is someone who was in Stephanie White's starting 5 in Connecticut, now not in her starting 5 at Indiana. Unable to find a suitable trade due to the size of Bonner's contract, the Fever waived DeWanna Bonner and re-signed Ari McDonald. And Bonner signed with the Fever for $200,000 unprotected, so the Fever are able to waive her without penalty. And Bonner will hit the waiver wire for 48 hours, which will allow a team to pick her up and assume her contract. If she's not claimed on waivers within those 48 hours, she will become an unrestricted free agent, able to sign with any team for as low as the prorated veteran minimum. And then DeWanna Bonner did put out a statement saying, I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for the opportunity to be part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitement heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work out, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point in my career. I wish the Fever great success as they continue to build around this dynamic group of young players. So what are you guys' thoughts?
I did not know that's how you pronounced her name. Not Bonner?
Bonner.
I thought it was something different. That's my bad. Totally my bad. Josh, what do you got, bud?
I was like, what are you talking? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, yeah. It took a little bit for the elevator to get to the top on that. Nope. No, sometimes it's not the right fit, even when you have the right coach. So sometimes that change of scenery, the grass is dead for that person, not even greener. You thought it was you thought it was great. It was already with the coach, coming to a new team. When she came off the bench, this is one of those things where you're going to find out what happened a while from now, because nothing adds up right. It's not like there was a medical issue or anything of that nature. And when she went away for personal reasons that we know of. Like I said, I think more and more is going to come out about it. The fact that, and most of the time when someone leaves an organization, the organization is going to, you're going to get the scuttlebutt of like, oh, she was a cancer, but that's never been her track record as far as being in a locker room, blah, blah, blah. Injuries, we haven't heard anything of that nature. So once it's finally the dust settles on it, we'll get the actual story a little bit later. This just is weird.
Yeah, it is very weird.
Look, I mean, at least somebody wants to play in Phoenix. KD, looking at you. Also, as an ass man, I love scuttlebutt.
But as Josh was saying, DeWanna Bonner she's not known as a diva or a locker room cancer. People have nothing but nice things to say about her. And then last year with Connecticut under Stephanie White, she did, when they acquired Marina Mabrey from Chicago, they were playing around with with the roster and putting Marina Mabrey in the starting position for several games. And she was like, I'm fine with this. Goes, I will do whatever is best for the team. So I don't even see that it's one of those like being benched. But she did go to Indiana with which everyone like says that I'm here to win a championship, but you kind of know when you're with the team whether that team is able to win a championship or not, or has the possibility to do it. Like every athlete will lie to you, lie to the fans, but they know the truth in the locker room, whether it's
Shedeur Sanders is there to win a championship.
Right, exactly.
He is speeding towards the championship, guys.
And so and pre this season, Indiana Fever were championship contenders with the people that they have, not just Caitlin Clark, but Aaliyah Boston, now adding Dewana Bonner, adding Sophie Cunningham, adding all these players to the team, getting a great coach in Stephanie White. It was like, oh, these are people that could win a championship. So from my own speculation, Bonner hasn't said this. It looks like she doesn't see the Fever winning a championship, and she's coming off the bench playing in the wrong position when she is coming off the bench. She's kind of an all-time great. She's like, yeah, if I'm not going to win a championship and I'm going to be on the bench, let me get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, when it comes to teams, it's not just about who has the greatest player. It's how the team meshes together. And maybe it's just she didn't mesh with her teammates. So you never know. We'll find out. Maybe.
30 for 30, 2027. Can't wait for it.
Yeah. The Bonner Chronicles, and someone's going to misread that.
Oh. It's hiding a Bonner.
Yeah.
But we do have a funnier side of something that I wanted to share WNBA-wise. And this is Natisha Heidemann versus Skylar Diggins-Smith. Let's roll the clip.
What did Skylar say?
Hey, tell us about that game, because I was over there watching the whole thing.
So basically, I had just went over there. I went over there to de-escalate the situation, and I was like this. That's what I did. I said this.
And she said, so ooh. She said, get your hand off me.
She said, don't touch me. I said, whoa.
It's Skylar over there popping it.
Whoa. I don't want no smoke. So then my teammate come over there, laying, they talking, listening to the whole little conversation. And I'm like, you know what? That whole little crush that I thought I had is out the window. It's gone. She said, shut up.
You still like me.
Oh, what did Skylar say?
Yeah.
Shut up. You still like me.
It's so good.
Yeah. So that's what I have for the WNBA.
Love
it. We don't have really any novelty acts or anything like that. But to finish up with basketball, surprise, the draft was tonight. We'll cover the draft more next week. But Cooper Flagg was taken number 1 overall by the Dallas Mavericks.
Whoa! What?
He is crazy. The first white American to be drafted number 1 overall since 1977. Dude was named Kent.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. 77, dude.
1977.
Oh my god. Almost 50 years.
It's circular, guys. It's circular.
Yeah. You guys are back, man. You're back.
Congratulations, Josh.
Cooper Flagg, the Eagles, man, come on now.
Joe Flacco.
For those that want to put in perspective, the last time a white American was taken number 1 overall, George Lucas was releasing the first Star Wars movie.
NBA players. You guys heard that song, right? It's on Spotify.
Yeah. White American
NBA players.
Yeah. Yes. The
Assuming
fact
that they went to Duke is not a crazy pretense.
And he went to Duke. But yeah, the fact that the last time a white American was taken number 1 overall, we were introduced to Star Wars. Same year.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
So crazy.
So crazy. So
Love it.
Let's talk some sucre.
Are you that you're ready to kick and scream?
The way you said it was so close to the way we say sugar in Spanish, azúcar.
Exactly.
And so I was like,
sugar.
Let's talk some sugar.
I was like, are you trying to be a little bit sweeter? Here's some sugar.
Yeah.
So we got several tournaments going on right now in the United States. We're first going to talk about the CONCACAF Gold Cup. The U.S. beat both Saudi Arabia and Haiti to continue to the knockout round of the Gold Cup. So, yay. We won games.
We're doing something good.
We got one, guys. We got one.
Gotta be honest with you guys. I only watched the Saudi Arabia match because I got really sick and also NBA Finals, so did not watch the second match. But I got other people's thoughts to talk about on that match when we get to the second match. So we beat a bad Saudi Arabia team, but you can only play the team in front of you.
Yep.
We beat them 1-0 with a goal from Chris Richards in the 63rd minute off of a free kick from Sebastian Berhalter. Even though we won, I wouldn't quantify this as a good game for the U.S. And put it more as that we were lucky that it wasn't like a 0-0 tie, but we won. So that's all we need to focus on.
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning.
And not just because of the goal, Chris Richards was the best player of this match and had a beautiful line clearance in the game. So we really are lucky that Saudi Arabia didn't score on us. Again, we're not, because this is through Fox, and Fox doesn't like us sharing goals. So you got to go watch these highlights on your own. Sorry, we don't have them for you. And then Malik Tillman, he's still playing well for us, and I can see him being a starter when we have our full squad. So we're still getting good stuff out of this Gold Cup, even if we're learning about players that maybe aren't good enough to be on the team. We're seeing some good stuff from Malik Tillman, from Chris Richards, possible Matt Freeze taking over in the goalkeeper position. So there's still good things that we're learning. And then I don't want to keep dunking on this kid because I like him as a person and I love his story, and his family seems so nice. And so I feel so bad that he's not good enough. There's skills that he possesses that can be really annoying to opposing team center backs, which is something you want in a striker. But Patrick Agyemang, he's just not good enough for this team at this moment in time. Does not mean that he will not be good enough in the future. It just, at this moment in time, he's not good enough for the team. He's 24, and with the way people are able to play professional sports for much longer than ever before, he still has time. Maybe in the next World Cup cycle, who knows? Although he might be at the World Cup next year because Poch seems to really like him. So, but personally, what I've seen of him on the field, he's not very good. But he has some good qualities, but he's just not international level yet. But we do have a clip from Football Americas, so let's watch that.
The U.S. got 2 wins. They are through as expected. Everybody expected this. The question is how, Mau? Tonight, they did not win in a convincing fashion. They needed a set piece in order to get the W. And I'm so glad Mauricio Pochettino repeated the same lineup as he did against Trinidad and Tobago, because that game was decided after 15 minutes. So we couldn't assess the players. Tonight, against a better opponent, we can confidently say one of these players, or quite a few of these players, did not pass the test. For example, Freeman on the right back. Saudi Arabia had 2 clear chances in the position where Freeman was defending. So, Mauricio Pochettino has to work a lot, because I did not see a team that dominated the game tonight. They win, yes, they did, but I was expecting more out of this team.
Now,
yeah, who cares what that other guy says?
Yeah.
And to the game I did not watch, but I watched highlights of. The US beat Haiti 2-1 with goals from Malik Tillman and Patrick Agyemang. Now, I know I just said Patrick Ajimon, not good enough for the team, but he scores a goal, so.
So
got it done.
So with Patrick Ajimon that you like, and he shows promise, as you say, right? And you're expecting him to be better. For the fantasy football people out there, this is basically what we feel like with Kyle Pitts. We just can't get away from him. But we know he's going to let us down.
I see it more like Dalton Kincaid.
Shut up, okay? That hurts. That hurts. Don't join a dynasty league and don't fall in love with a tight end. When you're wrong, it hurts, guys.
So, people who did watch this match, they spoke about how balls were still dying at his feet, that he had several chances that he missed, that there was a possibility for more goals if we had either proper strikers or proper attackers on the field. So it is one of those things of like, he got a goal, and the thing that people are going to remember is that he got a goal, not the rest of the game of how he played. But there is levels to it, I guess. But this is how Roger Bennett, a person who frequently says, "Don't let the accent fool you, I'm American as they come," started his live reaction to the game.
Arlington, Texas, hot Tillman summer continues.
That is not an American accent.
Delivers again. United States top their group. We are perfect. Well, we're not quite perfect, but we're into the quarterfinals. 3 straight wins. Not going to lie. This was a tough watch at times tonight. 90 minutes. I think there were to belief and hope and surging optimism for this short-handed raw American squad. What the Olive Garden is to authentic Italian cuisine. But we won, which is the most American thing of all. USA 2, Haiti 1. Breathe, America. Our nation's proud record of not losing at home to Haiti since 1969 lives on. We remain unbeaten in our last 22 Gold Cup group stage matches. Don't come at me with the flat track bully crap, okay? All right, you can come at me just a little bit. World Cup, 354 days away, and I'm honoured to break it all down with a man who has played 142 times for the United States, scored in 3 straight World Cups, a gent who the fairly singular Bruce Arena once said, quote, "He tried SHIT. It's a joy to welcome back." It's Mr. Clint Dempsey.
What's up, Raj? How's it going?
Oh, Clint, I'm not saying my eyes are bleeding, but I'm not saying that either.
And Clint went
so
on
American.
Amazing things because he's awesome and he's Clint Dempsey. Put some respect on his name, even though he has a ton.
So I'm not saying my eyes are bleeding, but I'm not saying my eyes are bleeding. That is what he said about a win.
Right.
Yeah. In a very American accent.
Yes.
Super American accent.
You judgmental.
Yeah, from it's American accent from London, Kentucky, because that is
right.
He's actually he's a Scouser. He's from Liverpool originally, but he is an American and he roots for America over England.
Yeah. All right, Trump, pay attention. Both of the videos we played, true Americans.
Yeah.
Yes. But there are a few matches today to finalize the knockout round, which for those who don't know is when the tournament becomes single elimination tournament. I think they have been decided, so let's do a little bracket bitches for just a second. Join the Discord down below if you want to do bracket bitches with us and see who wins, who makes the right decisions. Is it going to be Tushka? Is it going to be Josh? Is it going to be me? Is it going to be Cheryl? Cheryl put her picks in already. Let us know.
Or what is this?
CONCACAF Gold Cup. We have here's the bracket at the moment. So we got the U.S. versus Costa Rica. Josh, who you taking?
Okay, I'm going to do USA.
All right.
Then as far as Canada, I'm going to go Panama. I'm going to go Mexico because Saudi Arabia doesn't look good at all.
So you're doing U.S. Canada. Who's going to win out of that match?
Canada's a better team. I'm going to either go with my head or my heart here. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say U.S.
And then Mexico, Panama, who you got?
I'm going Panama in that one.
So U.S. Panama, who you got?
I'm going to go Panama. I think Panama might get the Gold Cup this year.
All right. Tushka.
This is men's?
Men's. So U.S. Costa Rica.
No. Let's start Canada. Canada's going to win. After that one, let's go Panama and then Mexico. And then Canada's going to win, whoever they play. And then Mexico is going to win. It's going to be Canada versus Mexico, and Mexico will win.
Okay. I'm going to have the U.S. beating Costa Rica and playing Canada, and then Canada beating the U.S. I'm going to have Mexico playing Panama, and Mexico getting out of that. Is going to be a Canada versus Mexico, and I'm going to go Canada. Even
the cheaters.
I'm going to go with Jesse Marsh's Canada to win for, I think, the second time in their history to win a Gold Cup. They've only ever won one before.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably the right call, but I had to go with my heart on a couple of those picks because, I don't know, I just want to see. Panama's looked pretty solid.
So Josh has the US of A. I've got Canada.
I've got Panama winning it, though.
Oh, you got Panama winning it all. Okay, so Josh got Panama.
Canada.
I got Canada. Tushka's got Mexico.
I mean, they have a really cool canal, so therefore they should win the Gold Cup.
Yeah, look, Mexico just got a lot more of their support from deportation. So,
I mean, Mexico are the reigning champions.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
They are.
Right. And on make light of this situation, this is a comedy show too, guys.
So this is so those are our picks. If you want to join in the craziness, join the Discord down below. Let us know your picks, and we will see who is correct in all of this. And maybe it'll be Cheryl because she put her picks in already.
Oh, did she pick USA or Costa Rica?
She picked Honduras.
Honduras. Oh shit.
Is there a lot of
VR in Honduras?
Are they big on cats in Honduras?
I don't know. I don't know why she picked I think she was going. I'm picking based off of places that I've been to.
What? I mean, she picks the Lions every year when they're in the playoffs because they're a cat. That's why she picked. So I was just figuring
She picked Guatemala versus Honduras. Because if so, she really likes that blue, and Honduras has more of that color.
I think that is her final.
Yep. All right, there you go.
We solved it. Love you, Cheryl, but we know you. We know you.
Yeah.
And she says the Honduras flag looks like a cat smiling.
So if you want to get to know us and have us know you at that level, join the Discord down below.
Let's go.
And then going on to the other tournament happening this summer in the United States, it is the FIFA Club World Cup. Again, not going to show anything because copyright. But
Fox.
Inter Miami is the only MLS club to make it to the knockout round of the Club World Cup, with Seattle Sounders losing all other games and LAFC losing 2 games and tying Flamengo. Inter Miami is also the only CONCACAF team to beat a UEFA team in competition by beating Porto 2-1 in the group stage. The final group stage day for Group A was crazy. So because the final matchups can determine who makes it out of the group to make it to the knockout round, they have the games play at the same time. Other groups are still playing, so not the full bracket for the knockouts has not been determined yet, but because Inter Miami was the host, because apparently with the Club World Cup, the host nation gets to pick one team, and obviously, so Inter Miami didn't have to qualify. We just automatically got picked because FIFA and corruption and Messi.
And the money.
And the money. But we're the best MLS team, so it works out for us in the end. So for Group A, we had Inter Miami game against Palmeiras of Brazil, and then Porto of Portugal against Al Ahly of Egypt playing at the same time. Going into the match, everyone thought, including myself, that Inter Miami was going to lose to Palmeiras, and the hope was that Porto either tied or beat Al Ahly, so that way Inter Miami could go through to the knockout round. But then, on a breakaway pass from Luis Suarez in the 16th minute to Tadeo Allende to go 1v1 versus the keeper, he scores, and Inter Miami, they were up 1-0. We jump to the 65th minute, and Luis Suarez looks like his old self and scores a beautiful goal. Again, not sharing, go look it up. It was a beaut. If the score would have stayed, Inter Miami would have shocked the world and topped the group because no one had them advancing out of the group, let alone winning the group. But then in the last 10 minutes of the game, with tired legs and a lot of pressure from Palmeiras, they tie the game, and it ended 2-2 with Ustari, Inter Miami's goalkeeper, making a great save in stoppage time to keep it a tie ball game. For Porto versus Al Ahly, there were 8 goals in that match, with the final score being 4-4. It was a back-and-forth game with the scoreline and Group A standings changing like every few minutes. Al Ahly scores in the 15th, then Porto in the 23rd, then Al Ahly in the 45th +2, then Porto in the 50th, then Al Ahly in the 51st, then Porto scored in the 53rd, then Al Ahly scored in the 64th, then Porto tied it in the 89th. So literally back-and-forth game. This game was crazy and really entertaining, and both teams got eliminated out of the group and out of the competition. But hey, they had an entertaining last match. Next up for Inter Miami is to play against PSG and in the knockout rounds, and we most likely will lose. But hey, we made it to the knockouts, so yay!
There you go.
And I went into this tournament not thinking we were going to lose every game, so hey, we made it through. We're gonna lose to PSG. It's hopefully we don't lose too badly, but this is way farther than I thought we were ever gonna get. So literally just playing with house money at the moment.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's go, boys. You did it. You did the thing.
Now win the whole thing in MLS like you should have did last year.
Right, that would be really funny. And then the last bit of soccer news, we got some transfer window news and other soccer news for our Americans playing abroad. Nottingham Forest of the English Premier League have reached an agreement with Juventus of Serie A in Italy for Timothy Weah, and now are working to find an agreement on a contract with Timmy. So Timmy might be going from Italy to England. The food will be worse. Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga really want to sign Malik Tillman and are expected to make a serious offer for him soon, likely around 35 million euros, which is the same as Bayern Munich's buyback clause, which he originally was with Bayern Munich's academy, and then Bayern Munich sent him to PSV, but there was a buyback clause in his contract that it was initially assumed the buyback clause would not come into effect till 2026, but it appears that the buyback option, that Bayern could be able to use the buyback option this summer. Tillman's camp believes that the amount of the buyback option should also be sufficient for Leverkusen to get him from PSV. Based on that, Leverkusen think they can sign him quickly. Tillman also has interest from English clubs, but he is already personally in line with Leverkusen. PSV will try to get a higher transfer fee and claim that the buyback clause only applies to Bayern and not to other clubs. This is being discussed by the parties. So we will see. It looks like he's going to be at Bayer Leverkusen, but for how much, that is the question. Then we got Atletico Madrid in La Liga has agreed to pay 30 million euros plus short-term add-ons for Johnny Cardoso from Real Betis, also in La Liga. So one team in Spain to another for our Brazilian-American midfielder there. And then weeks ago, we talked about Matt Turner signed with Lyon with the hope that their number one keeper would be sold and he would be the starter, because we need Matt Turner to play meaningful matches. Lyon was sixth in the standings in France last year and won a Europa League spot. But yesterday, June 24th, Lyon was relegated to League 2 after racking up over 500 million euros in debt. They do have an opportunity to appeal the decision, but it's not looking good. And MLS is a better league than League 2 in France. So bad move for Turner if Lyon cannot appeal the decision. Also, Tanner Tessman plays for Lyon, so he will most likely need a move if he wants to make the World Cup squad next year. So how do you guys feel about these moves?
That's a lot of debt.
That is a lot of debt.
Yeah. As long as it gets our boys playing time, that's the main thing in those type of leagues. Now, granted, like you said, the bottom that you're saying where Lyon went, that tier is worse than the MLS teams are.
Yeah.
Right?
So the second division of France, I would put MLS before the second division of France.
Okay. Because we need Matt Turner to get reps.
Yeah.
Badly. So as long as all these moves get our boys the PT that they need against solid competition to get them ready for the World Cup, if we get there, because still pissed that we might not get there. There's just weird scare in the back of my mind that we just might not put it together. Now, that being said, I expect us to at least get to the World Cup because we're hosted. So
we will be there.
Yeah, I want to actually show up and
build in the stands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you in the stands serving? Are you caring more about serving nachos in the stands, being there, or on the field representing? And I need our boys to as much playing time as they can. So if these moves get us the playing time with the solid competition that they need to get them ready, then I'm all for it. But Matt Turner going to a worse league, just have him go to Miami.
I like Ustadi and Drake Callender more than him at the moment.
I am scared. That's the one position that's scaring me right now because it just doesn't feel like we have that guy.
Because it used to be the one position that America was the strongest at.
Yeah.
America always had strong goalkeepers and that played in good leagues for good clubs.
Yeah.
So,
and if Turner is not doing that and he's regressing,
he's playing.
It feels like the writing's on the wall, and it feels like him even signing these contracts is. Him almost just accepting his inevitable doom.
Yeah. Tim Howard's
we got to find somebody fast. Because I don't know. 26 probably won't be a 28. Was it?
28.
Turner's in camp right now, and he basically lost his starter position to Matt Freese for the Gold Cup. Matt Freese has been starting every game in the group stage, so we will see if that will still be the case in the next match in the knockout stage. I don't see why not. Because he's playing in the MLS for NYCFC, but he's playing.
Yeah. Because that was the thing when we were getting destroyed and Matt Turner was in the goalkeeper, and it was just like it feels like he still doesn't have the legs under him. It's just he's not in soccer shape.
Which is sad because he did great for us at the 2022 World Cup.
He did.
So.
Well, he's just Turner screwing the pooch.
Yeah. But that is what I have for some news.
Turner Hooch, screwing the pooch. That movie I cannot watch again.
Turner and Pooch, dude.
I can't watch Turner and Hooch, man. I can't do it. Nope. It's a great movie, guys, but it's one you're going to see once, and you're not going to go back and see it again.
It is a rough rewatch.
So this is the last time, not this year, because hockey season will start the next season for hockey will start later in the year, but for several months, this is the last time we are going to have lighting the lamp. So let's light the lamp for one last time.
We were going to have a sound effect, but the fact that it just reminds me to do that every time, I think it's just better that way.
I like it.
That's good.
So these men on the Florida Panthers, they have not gone to sleep. And they have been drunk for days. Very opposite to the Oklahoma Thunder. There are so many videos, and I would love to show them all. But just go online to watch all the mayhem of these lovable drunk boys having the time of their lives and denting the cup to all hell. Then you got Bob Sergei Bobrovsky, who is the most gentle and least drunk looking, which we have to ask a question. is he not drunk, or is it just because he's Russian and he can handle his liquor?
Or is he just Russian and always drunk?
And always drunk. Like Hulk is always angry. But least drunk looking, and that just it just made it look everything just funnier because everyone else is shit faced, and then there's Sergey. But we got a nice little recap of the parade to watch, so let's go to that, Josh.
All right, let's go then.
It's pull me up.
It's doing the bullshit again. Pulled up. Go ahead.
Florida Panthers Stanley Cup parade. Marshy gave a speech basically saying that he's happy that he doesn't have to play against the Panthers anymore, and also joked about Sam Bennett knocking him out of the playoff game last season.
I'm so happy that I don't have to play against these guys anymore, and I'm so happy I don't have to worry about getting knocked out by Benny anymore.
Nate Smith's continuing to be doing what he's been doing the entire weekend, which has been partying. He shotgunned a beer holding his kid. Sam Bennett gave the double champ Conor McGregor speech. Right when he said he was apologizing, I knew what was happening.
So no, I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely no one. We're the double champs. We do what we want.
And some kid showed up in a Brad Marchand Bruins jersey. Whoever that kid is a legend.
What is this guy doing wearing a Bruins Marchand jersey? Are you serious?
He won another cup. He wasn't getting that done in Boston. We're going through a rebuild. Hopefully he comes back.
This is everything you missed from the insane Florida Panthers Stanley Cup speech.
So, that was a nice little recap of the parade. But there's one person that was having a really bad time at this parade. Everyone else was having a marvelous time. But this one guy who sucks at fantasy football was having a really bad time at the parade.
What's going on here? The only guy at the Panthers parade, Anna McDavid, hey, what happened here? I suck at fantasy football? Freddie gave it last place in his draft. Unbelievable. What is going on?
Well, I mean, to be fair, at least he was at a championship because he wasn't close to it in fantasy football.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that was like you have to do one thing that I say no matter what? Because there's no way they were just like, all right, you lost, so you've got to go to the losers parade. You know what I mean? Because it's either like, all right, are you going to buy tickets to fucking Edmonton or buy tickets to there? So he had to be like in that area. They're like, you know what? This is your punishment. It
might be the fact of like the league probably said like, hey, we don't know what your punishment will be, but when we make that decision, that's when you'll do it. And I guess as soon as the Panthers, I guess they're probably based out of Miami. The guys are, and they're like, all right, yeah.
Or he's from Edmonton and had to fly from Edmonton to South Florida.
Right. I don't know, but I am interested. That is curious. Has me curious of like how did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
It's been how long?
Since parameters of the contract.
Yeah.
But we have our last video here is words from our captain. Let's watch.
Now I'm going to click on a different one because it may start midway.
All right. Let me start with the way I ended last year. Let's do it again. Bobby. 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 Thank you. I still have more to say. Thank you guys for coming. I know it's a little better day today than it was last year, but still, this is amazing. What a day we're having right now with you guys. I want to say thank you to you, but first of all, I know maybe thank you to my team, but first of all to the equipment guys. Medical guys, without you guys, we would not be here. And then strength and conditioning guys. We had to travel so much this year. We traveled to Finland, we traveled to Edmonton, and these guys made our lives easier and made our bodies ready to perform on the ice. So we would not be here
Totally
without
drunk.
those guys. So thank you. Thank you.
That is such a cool scene, though. It's like where we're gonna have our victory like speech and stuff. The beach. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we have just because we were showing pictures of parades earlier, I was like, let me add in a picture here. And that was where a picture of our parade. You got the beach, you got the people.
It looks small.
Looks small.
It looks small compared to Denver.
I mean, Miami is a very condensed area.
Well, this is Fort Lauderdale.
Keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a parade. It's like, come on, guys. You know, but yeah, it looks so fucking dope.
And you saw from the video there in the stage, there were so many people were in the water.
Oh my god!
So.
I mean, honestly, be the best place to watch a fucking parade or a speech. Right?
I wonder how much tickets they were selling just to be in the elbow room itself for that parade. Because the elbow room probably sold tickets for them to get in that place.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I think the elbow room is whoever shows up first. The elbow room, even when the following day, people could go to the elbow room and they weren't selling tickets. It was free for everyone to go, kind of thing. So that's 2 years in a row. They won the next morning. Everyone showed up to the elbow room and have been drinking at the elbow room. That's why I say they've been drinking all weekend. They drank that night. Then from there, they went to the elbow room the next morning. And then that night, they went to 11. And so there's videos of them at that club. And just the next day, and there's videos, and they're still drinking, and they're still up. And then there's our captain ringing doorbells at 5 a.m. of his neighbors to show them the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be pissed if I wake up at 3 a.m. to that.
No.
So,
You're like, who the fuck is it? Oh, shit. Bro, yeah. Let's go, man.
Sir Stanley? Like, I'd just be more excited about the fact that the Stanley Cup was in my front door.
Yeah, exactly.
And
can I shoot from that ledge? Yeah.
This year, they did not take the Stanley Cup into the ocean because that is the one thing. The guy who is in charge of the cup, he basically lets them do whatever. He doesn't get mad at them if they dent it. He doesn't get mad at them for other things. The only thing that he ever got mad about, and he said don't ever do again, was take the cup into the ocean, which Matthew Tkachuk did last year.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing that they were like, the people were like, take it to the ocean, like cheering, and they were like, we cannot.
Yeah. I can see where super drunk 40 like a 2-day bender hockey players going into the ocean with the Stanley Cup, and we've lost it.
Yes, and also just the salt composition.
Right.
And
I mean that too.
But yeah, so Sir Stanley is not allowed in the ocean. No. But that is what I have for my beloved Panthers, who literally, I was born in the middle of their first ever season. So I've been a fan since birth.
Barf. Congrats. Congrats, all. Congrats, Panthers. Y'all did it.
I remember when my team won back-to-back, but we're not going to go over what year that was.
You guys ready to get weird?
Let's get weird.
Oh, were we not already weird?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We're making a lot of Bonner references.
Yeah.
So it's time for the sports mirror of the week.
Sports mirror of the week.
So I know there's other sports going on right now, but look at me. I'm the only sport on now.
Yeah, it's the Mount Rushmore season.
It is now the season of baseball.
So depressing.
Tushka's favorite season of all.
I can watch reruns. Like I can watch recordings. I would just smoke copious amounts of weed. This next month.
There is that.
You know what? But I may or may not have as good of a time as this kid did. Yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go.
That's going to be a core memory for the rest of his life.
Oh my God. It's a core memory for me, bro.
Yeah.
Because I felt that. I felt that energy. I felt like that kid, dude. Oh my God. Just,
Did you wish you were that kid?
I mean, there's times where I wish I was black. But I mean, I do wish I was a baller and a little bit taller.
If I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
If I had a girl, I would call her. Actually, it just more reminds me. But yeah, no. I mean, I do wish I was just anybody at that fucking parade on Tuesday. But I had a great time. Spent a lot of good moments and got a lot of good tips. Some say they were the best tips. But no, had a great time. And man, I mean, it's so how good does it feel to win? How good does it feel to win?
Josh, doesn't it feel great?
Cheers. Hey, so cheers to winning. Cheers to winning. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
You tell them where you can find us. Anyway, guys, you can find us down below the Discord. It is free, where you're going to see me just loving seeing my teams lose because we're not a custom dick. So that's great.
Dude, I almost lost my lunch on that
one. So yeah, that's my sports team. But no, shout out to the Louisville men's baseball team, Western Kentucky Hilltoppers baseball team. 2 great seasons there.
Shout out to my nephew's track team.
Right. Oh, yeah. They ran fast, coach. They ran fast. But you can also find me and Justin Toner tomorrow night as we go through the world of wrestling with that there. And then, oh, that's a good one, Jeremy. Yeah, on the cusp of Bonner. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Anyway. But you can also a week from Monday, guys, mark on your calendars, July 7th. Sol and I will be doing our book. Hello there. Yes. I thought it was kind of weird. I brought up Star Wars. Next thing you know, Brendan showed up. He could sense it. Force is strong with him. But on July 7th, that's a Monday. Typically, we do the first Friday of every month, but that's July 4th. And we got stuff to do. Spending time with family, shooting off fireworks, making it go boom. And eating a lot of hot dogs and drinking a lot of stuff and other particulars. But hopefully you can find a body of water because it's going to be hot. I know that. I'm not a weatherman, so I could be a weatherman because I could be wrong about it. But I'm going to predict it's going to be hot wherever you are for that day. But we will be going over Trevor Noah's autobiography about him from South Africa to hosting the Daily Show to just being success in the world of comedy. I can't believe I almost mispronounced that. But But that's what we got going. Commodity. This commodity here. You make it anyway.
What was that? Commodity, right? Instead of saying comedy, commodity.
Right. Commodity. But that's what we're doing that there. And then sooner or later, Tushka, we're about a month or so away from
I don't care about Dynasty, dude. I'm just enjoying the moment
of fantasy football. And the fantasy F around will be here more quicker than you know it. We are trying to expand to 12 teams. I know there's a couple of people that we're already sending invites to, and maybe you could win a championship in the Ruckus Fantasy Football League.
That's right. Yeah, man. Last week I had poison ivy, but man, I got this new itch. Dog. Oh, it's all over. It's for fucking football. Let's go.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Freaking contracts getting signed. I think there's on the OTAs here this next month.
Jair reunited back with Lamar.
Broken bow is something. The summer camp, man. Football is getting back, man. I'm so ready. So excited.
So ready. But speaking about the other football, ready for our moment is in?
I'm ready.
Chat, we have made it, bro. We have made it to FC 25. We're on a video game. Oh,
he's American.
He's American too. Our last name's on a video game. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right now? Are we all in the same? Are we all in the same universe right now? We have. Oh my god.
American.
Chat, we are on a video game, bro. Babe, we made it. Oh, you guys.
So he's currently playing as his wife right now.
Thank you so much for the context.
Okay, relax.
What happened?
Foul, Rose. I mean, any day of the week, that's a foul. I got you.
It's a foul, Rose.
Foul. We've got Earthburn. I got you, babe. This is so easy. This is a tight match, a lot tighter than I'd want it to be, and I had two opportunities to easily put us up 3-1. That's not right. That's not right, babe. That's embarrassing. They just opened up for you.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. I'll see you.
Long video.